before the show started, and it's just so funny to me because my good brother, Craig Fax, is a new father.
That's right.
Craig Fax brought his beautiful son to the show and showed him off
Last week,
in the
if you guys
midst
didn't
of the
see.
flames of Pasadena.
Now we got to get his lungs checked, probably. Poor baby boo-boo.
And when he did it, it almost brought a tear to my eye because I know what it's like to be so proud of your seed. And it's like a new beginning in your life. You almost feel like I'm about to start doing this right and everything.
Yeah.
But the shit don't last that long. We are fathers who've watched our children grow, and we already understand the difficulty of parenting. Parenting is quite a challenge in America, and I will say from my experience, the tools stacked against you, sir, men, are stacked very high because you are trying to co-parent with someone who has rights. And I'm saying, like, I don't ever think men and women will stop making babies because while we can still produce babies, because I think they're going to start manufacturing babies, while we can still produce babies is really a beautiful thing. But I want to say to all of you new fathers out there, you're going to have to check the bit. It's no way around it, goddammit. Your baby mama will have your son in a tutu and a Burger King hat. You have to understand it's not easy co-parenting. I remember, well, there's so many instances that I would have to say as a guy who's had 2 children, but, well, 2 and a possible. But I'm just saying, Craig is a good guy. Craig is going to try to do everything he can do to make the situation a prosperous, happy one.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you come across some growing pains. I don't want to put you on the spot. I just thought about that. I'm trying to clean it up.
Tough. I mean, yeah, co-parenting is tough. I love my girl, though, so I know,
right?
You know, we're going to be all right.
Yeah.
There you go.
But,
that's the spirit when you have a child that's 2 weeks old.
You know what? You know what?
Yeah, but it's tough, though. You know, just, it brings something else out of you having a baby.
Change your entire life. It's a whole
something else
I
out
would
of you.
say as a man, but I was younger, so I was caught way off guard. My daughter was still infant stage, maybe about, let's just say, 7 months old. Let's just say that. When you find out somebody else fucking your baby mama while your child is still an infant, it is absolutely devastating to a man. I wasn't prepared for anything like that. When my daughter was about 7 months, 8 months.
So that makes you how old? Well, how old were you?
I don't know. I was a young man. Let's say 22.
22. Oh, oof, yeah.
I had no idea to prepare for something like that, if you get what I'm saying.
Right.
So I was over there trying to get my daughter. You up there fucking somebody, bitch, give my daughter. Because I'm a young man.
Yeah.
And I remember when the police showed up. The police officer literally grabbed me and put me in the car. I got lucky. I got a cop who probably knew the ropes.
Yeah.
And he drove me to the train station because he kept saying, "Where did you park over here?" I was like, "I don't have a car." He drove me to the train station.
Yeah.
He said, "Get on the train and go home. There's nothing you can do about that."
Wow.
And it caught me when he said it. Because this was a big Caucasian male cop who looked like they motherfucking lock niggas up all the time.
Yeah.
But he knew. He was like, there's nothing you can do about that. Get on the train and go home. And that was like the first part of separation from my daughter. Because the train ride home is about an hour. And I started to really separate from my situation because I didn't know this happens.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I figure you got a baby with a woman, you are together. Nope.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is giving people out there, because I have people walk up to me and this type of perspective helps some people. When you have a child with a woman, you have no rights. They say, oh, they got father's rights attorneys. Yeah, okay. Only way you get rights is if that lady breaks the law. Then you can set it up where she's bad for the child and you might be able to get the child, because I know somebody who got their child and the bitch did so much bogus shit, her visits with the child had to be supervised by a counselor or something. She couldn't be alone with the child because she was shitting on the father in a way where the court said, oh, you can't be alone with the child because you'll turn the child against the dad when you have your rights to visit.
Right.
The point I'm trying to make with all this, all you new fathers, and I'm talking indirect to my brother Craig, but I'm talking to the masses, you cannot control what happens in America with your child. You have to make sure you have a child with somebody who has the best interest of not only the child, the best interest of the father of the child. Now, of course, there's women out there that say, I don't got to have no best interest for the father of the child. Exactly. You don't need a baby by nobody that don't give a fuck about the child's father. If you got a child by a woman who don't give a fuck about the child's father, that child ain't going to give a fuck about the child's father either.
Yeah, it's a matter of time. Mm-hmm. It's a matter of time.
Just a matter of time. See, it's new in the beginning, and it starts to turn more and more into this big war. Because if you are a man and you're going to remain masculine, now if you're going to tuck your tail between your legs, you bought more time. You bought more time. But I'm telling you, man, fatherhood in America is a treacherous, treacherous thing. I saw something on Judge Judy where this girl was suing her father for the car that he bought her, but she didn't do something where he was like, no, she doesn't deserve the car. I'm not finna give it to her now until she completes what she needs to complete.
Right.
So she sued her father for the car. And that man broke down. Like, you really doing this? And the mother was against the father too, because they weren't together no more. And the man broke down and started crying. He said, tell me what it signed. He just signed it. I'm done with you. You lost a father over a car.
Man.
That's what it says, see?
And the mother looked so satisfied.
Oh, yeah, that's what she
terrible.
wanted.
The point I'm trying to make to all you guys, mentally prepare for what is to come, because the system supplies her with tools against you. So, the most unimaginable things you can think of can happen with the father of the child. And I'm bold enough to say that and stand on that. Not just my situation. I'm talking about there's a million guys out here can give you this situation 1,000 times over. Me and my daughter have a strained, is that the word?
Strained, yeah.
Strained relationship, and it started with her mother because her mother did not want me to be someone looked like a hero to my daughter. This is the lady that was on Monkey K show. Carla lied about almost everything she said. And I can't win that battle. It's a bitter bitch who's right where she was when I left. My daughter is 30-something years old. That bitch is in a worse predicament she was in when I left. What could you say? I give people heads up and let you know when you're dealing with females and their court system, it's rough. Now, if you got money to fight the court system, okay, that's different. But I'm saying when you're dealing with the female, soon as she threatens you about court, don't think it's a threat. It's going to happen. It's probably in motion already. My brother got sent to my brother had child support put on him, and he lived with his kids. The girl,
Can I add something?
his kids, they lived together, and she put him on child support. Can you even imagine getting some paperwork where you think it's a mistake, and it ain't a mistake? Because the bitch was like, they sent you some child support.
Oh, wow.
What is wrong with them? The bitch was setting him up.
And
The
can I
bitch was setting him up.
add something to that too?
Go ahead.
Because somebody mentioned it, and it was right when it came across my thought. Being married doesn't help either. You know, most people go, oh, well, if you're married to... That does not help. And I can testify to that. And this is even back in the... And it's still the same in the court systems. My dad did not have any rights because of the gender. He was trying to get... Huh? Exactly. You have to file for custody and get your parental rights. But my dad was married to my mom and was the better parent. Sane, everything. Job, everything. Just live in court, everything.
But do you hear what Dee said? You have to file for custody.
And it was a never-ending battle.
Do you know what that means? You got to check in with them. You got to be part of the war, too.
And
You got to check in with the system just to have a chance at rights.
Exactly.
Because if you don't check in with the system, she get all the rights.
You got to do it, yeah.
And you'll find this out as things go along, because I ain't gonna lie, my son's mother is a gift from God. My son's mother root for me. Even though she married, you know what I'm saying? She got a husband. But my son's mother never tried to cause drama in my life. My son's mother deserves a trophy for all that she takes care of. She is a resilient woman, and I saw she was like very, very intelligent. So she went to this school, and it was a Caucasian school, and this racist teacher tried to flunk her out of school because she was on top of the grade thing. You get what I'm saying? I've seen what she went through to be where she is. She said, she's told me about how they don't respect her. She's got to her doctorate. They don't call her Dr. I ain't gonna even say her last name. She said, they call me by my first name, but they call the other doctors. This is what you up against when you motherfucking black in America, but she never tried to bring me down. My son's mother, it's like she got a pass for life from me. She got a pass for life from me because I learned from my first situation. My daughter's mother tried to destroy me every chance she got.
Go back down a little bit.
Yep.
Go back down just a little bit.
So I'm saying when you like if something happens to you where it goes bad, you got to learn from that. You can't do that again. I'm talking about throughout life. You just can't be a person who keeps doing the same thing, because then you're not a victim.